Good evening and welcome to React Native. One thing you've probably noticed from your React Native application, your page, which seemed like a lot to fill up at once, the screen on the device you might be using now is overloaded. We have a lot of great stuff on it. We have images, we have backgrounds, we have text. And at this point, your application is probably screaming to have more than one page for a great user experience, and each page can have its own theme, its own backgrounds, etc. That's what we're going to do. We're going to continue with a code example where we're using it. And this code example is actually based on a code example in the Expo documentation itself. Let's get started. For this, I'm going to use the Snack.io online. And here is the code that it gives you. It's kind of like a hello world. Well, we're not going to use their code, so I'm going to get rid of that and delete it. Of course, now it has no code, so it throws an error. And I'm going to use the code that we were using last time. There we go. And this code right here will give us multiple pages in our application. However, you notice it's still throwing an error. The reason it's throwing an error is not with a problem on the code, but it is because these libraries up here have not been added to our application. Now, if you're doing this locally, you would still have to add these using the Expo install or the npm install. However, using the online Snack Expo, it makes it a lot easier for us. Come down to the bottom and we click on Add Dependency. And for the next one, we do the same. Click on Add Dependency, and this is the third dependency, and then the fourth dependency, fifth dependency, and there's our screen right there. Now this is the website version. I'm going to go to the Android version. It will probably give us a much better view. When you're developing React Native, well, yes, you can write once and run it on a website, iOS or Android device. I would say let's do the Android and iOS devices because the website is just such different dimensions than these devices. Okay, here's our application. We have our mission briefing, and it says, welcome to Mars. Notice we're broken up here in 3 sections. This is still absolutely just one page. We're using the flex styling, the inline flex styling, to break this up into 3 different sections. And the color is just to let you know which section is which. You can remove the color and replace it with a background or backgrounds once you're done with this. But our main focus this evening is to have more than one page. And we do. We have more than one screen would actually be the better way to say it. So our main screen is going to be our mission action screen. Right now we're on the introduction screen. And then we're going to go to the main screen. Now notice these screens are represented by functions. So here's the introduction screen function. Here's the main screen function. And then here's kind of the overall driver function for the navigation. So the welcome to Mars, if you click on it, nothing's going to happen because the welcome to Mars is in our code right here on line number 14. But press me to go to mission action, that something will happen because it's a pressable event. And think of pressable as like a very advanced button. React Native has buttons, but pressable gives you a lot more options, and you can actually make buttons out of pressable too. So whatever you place in here, it could be a graphic, could be text, could be a button, image. If you press on it, it will navigate to our mission action screen. So it comes down here to our navigation container and it says, oh, here's a mission action machine. Well, what do you do with this? Well, you go to the component, which is the function main screen. Now this might be a little bit difficult to see. Press me to go to mission action. So let's use some inline CSS here to style it, and we'll make this lighter text on this blue. So we'll do color and do our quotes and lowercase white. There we go. And now you see it turned white. We also can do font size And I'm going to make the font size 15. Notice I don't need quotes around that, and it makes it a little bit bigger and easier to see. I can even go bigger to, say, 18. There we are. And let's do the same for this Welcome to Mars here up top. Okay, we got the color already white, but let's do the font size 18 also. There we go. Excellent. That looks a lot easier to see. Now we're going to go ahead and press this text. Will take us to the second screen and watch the screen title change. This is our screen title up here, Mission Briefing. And now it says, welcome to main mission action screen. So this is like your main application screen. Press to go to the mission briefing. Now this will take you back. This will also take you back to the mission briefing, but this will take you directly to the mission briefing also. What we're doing here is just a pattern. So if we add another function, we can add more pages. We can add 10 pages to this if we like. We just add the function. You already know how to do text and views. Make it look like you want, add the text that you would like, and then just add another line in here that points to that function, and you can add as many as you'd like. So it gets really easy, really fast. This is actually the hardest part, the second screen that you add to make sure these components are working. Let's also make this a little bit easier to see. So we'll do some style, and we'll do inline style. Let's make this a color, and I'm going to make this one white also. So the color of the text for our main screen is going to be white. Make sure that's in quotes, and I'm also going to make the font size larger on that one as well. And I'm going to make the font size 18. There we go. Let's take a look at how that looks. And we're going to go press me to go to mission action, because remember, this is the mission action. There it is. And now it says press to go to the mission briefing. So it makes it very easy to see. However, it's kind of jumbled up with this welcome to main. We could split it up using flex. Right now we have flex, which is 100% in this view. And we could make a couple more views and split this up like we did here, or we could do a quick new line character, and let's go and just do that. So we're going to add in our curly braces. We'll go back here, put our quotes in, and do a couple new line characters, and that should push this down on the main screen. Now this is not our main screen. It refreshed back to this screen as we made code changes. I'm also going to push this right here much farther down. There's more than one way to do this. We could use an alignment to push it down more toward the center if we wanted. That is an option too. But just to save time, and since we're focusing mostly on pages, we're going to just put in some new line characters here. There we go. And let's go ahead and go to our screen we've been working on. There it is. We can press to go back to mission briefing, and we can go back and forth as many times as we'd like. Okay, this is just bugging me up here that it's still so small. So, well, the welcome message, we're going to make that larger. And here's our welcome message. Let's go to style that line. Now, styling can be done down below. It can be done in a separate page. But when I'm building an app, I like to style almost each line, just because, unlike a web page, there's not that many lines of text that can fit on an application in a phone or maybe a other small device like this. So that's why I do the inline styling. And once I get everything sorted out and styled the way I want to, then I'll move my inline styling either down to the bottom of the page in its own section, or maybe to another page altogether. So no, maybe inline styling is something you have been taught never to do that. It's just hard to maintain. Well, yes, it is hard to maintain if you have like 400 or 500 lines of text or more on a page, absolutely. But when you have less than 20 lines, it gets pretty easy to do. You can also do style and sections using the view tag to many lines of text at once that way. All right, so the text we're going to make larger. I'm going to keep the color the same, and we will, let's do 24. Let's make this really large. So font size, and we'll make it 24. If it's too big, we'll just go smaller. Let's go check it out. Remember, we're on, this is the main screen, not the intro screen that we are on here. The intro screen has the mission briefing. So I'm going to click here to go to the mission action, which is the main screen. And there we go. Nice large text. Welcome to main mission action screen. Press to go to mission briefing. Okay, that's as far as we're going to go right now, because this really is all the code you need to do multiple screens. While we only have 2 screens here, this stack navigator will allow you to add a function with the screen, and then just add it to your navigation. And again, you can add 5 or 10 screens very, very quickly here with React Native using a stack navigator. And I will see you in our next video.